guys, it's your girl Aisha, aka Geek XX Chic, and we are back with another reaction to Delicious in the Dungeon. We're now into episode 10, which is called Giant Frogs / Above Ground. So I really don't think we're heading up, but who knows? Who knows what that might mean? But yes, in the last episode, we took down the Kraken, basically. We finally wrapped up the whole situation with the fire spirit, or not the fire spirit, the water spirit, pardon me. Marcel came up with a plan to take it down, and with the help of their former teammate, whose name just slipped right out of my head, they were able to finally subdue it. And because Marcel's magic was super depleted, she ended up drinking, well, actually, she first of all just drank the straight up water, but then they used it to cook a meal, and that really helped to get her replenished. So the group is now ready to go, magic restored. They're going to continue their way down the dungeon, and their former teammate decided to go back with the other group because she had her reasons. So that's where we left it. Ready to jump in? Let's do that. Just before I do, though, a reminder that if you'd like to know when I drop episodes, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button as well as the notification bell. All right, that out of the way, let's get into the episode right now. All right. Oh. Are they killer plants? They're all tentacles, yeah. Should you be cutting them? Even the mimics every time. The beef is fresh. Did they? Oh, you're getting a warning. Oh, someone took your friend. Damn. You couldn't have done that 2 seconds sooner. Oh, there's more. There goes your weapon. Don't you have a retrieval spell? No? Yeah, what to do? Quickly then! Can you throw something at it? That's a good question. Yeah, there's part of the... Listen, he knows a lot, but he doesn't know everything. Is it their blood or their skin? Skin's is a good way to start. Oh, yuck. He made skin mittens? You might be a little more twisted than Laos. I'm not gonna lie, bro. Come on, put your back into it, Chilchak. Put your back into it. Oh, he let go. Oh, damn. Okay. I mean, smart frog. Close for meal. Uh-oh, Chilchak's about to go down, no? Okay. He's okay. Except for maybe the saliva. Yeah. Ugh. It was. Way to think outside the box. Oh, this brings me back to my school days. I don't think they do it in school anymore, but when I was in junior high, I think it was. Or was it high school? One or the other. We had to dissect frogs. No, it was frogs in junior high, and it was a baby pig in high school. Yeah, looking back, super cruel. He's making gnocchi? Oh. Oh, you're gonna wear them as suits. Okay. I'm not eating frog meat, bro. Tentacle gnocchi. Okay. Time is money. Why are they slowly coming closer? I don't like it. No. Eat it. Marcel, you know you're eating it anyway. What's this collaboration? Not the compliments. Will it work? See if she's easy. Begrudgingly, but I think the compliments helped. Frog-like silhouette. It is kawaii though. I wonder if the trolls might be immune to the tentacles as well, just because it's their world, right? Oh, cool. Is this where the orcs lived? Looks very human-like. That's nasty. Maybe he'll think you're a frog and leave you alone. The way he's just taking it. Ma'am, if there's a dragon about, maybe not screaming is like that's not a good idea. Oh. Oh yeah, I forgot these guys. Oh, they have a mirror to go through? That's cool. Oh no, a painting. Lord of the Island. Oh, I like this scenery. So much more calm. Non-dungeon like. Wow, I'm stuttering today. Yeah, that part's probably the worst part. I mean, not that thieves and brigands are good things. They're fine. So? Again, they deserve to live? Interesting theory. Interesting. That's what I was about to say. That sounds like a lot of work. Certainly, hey? Tall man or a dwarf. Okay. So you got the half man and the tall man. The whole dungeon? But I mean, if an elf is the one who's cast the enchantment. Yeah, it sounds like if they gave it to you. You can't really say much. Oh, what are they after then? All right. Don't elves live like thousands of years anyway? Or maybe they want to keep it away from humans. Kneel before you. Okay, stroke the ego. He definitely wants that immortality spell. It has nothing to do with the elves. Wow. That was so easy. He was skilled as an adventurer. Okay. But yeah, that gnome is very smart, very manipulative. She's got more work to do. Money. トールマンの女で髪は薄茶、長さは肩の上くらい。年齢は10代から。That's a huge range. そりゃライオスの妹の方か？20代前後ってところだろう。Thank you. メイシャイケメイシャ。Right, in her 40s. その条件の死体は届いてないな。そうか。All right, well, she hasn't been regurgitated at this point. 目の端を誰か横切ったような、ささやく声が聞こえたような。That's my cue to leave. Yeah, that's the devil telling you to get out of his house. パンを作ろう。多くが戻ったら怒るぜ。こちらは野菜を提供。Yeah, like I mean, if they don't use it, it's probably gonna get pillaged. Oh, shut the door. Just step back and pull it close. No? Okay. Wargs? They have wargs here? I'll be real with you. No. Okay, we don't need to completely despair here, but I definitely think we need to come up with a plan. Yeah, there we go. Me and us on the same page. I was about to say, I don't think Senshi's about to fight. I know him. Oh, you were talking yourself out. Okay, even smarter. Okay, he's not lying. He did do it before. Shuro. I think. What do you mean you think? Or maybe can you feed it something poisonous? Will it eat something? Well, then what good are you? I'm kidding.
を唱えるには足止めの時間も必要だし、その上誰かがとどめを刺さなくちゃ殺せない。
Okay.
それがライオスと戦士の2人に
They're
できる。
pieces. We can. Yeah, let's start seeing if we can put them together.
竜が真下を通る瞬間に爆破して、その瓦礫で動きを封じ
Will
れ
it?
ば、手の届く範囲に激鱗が来て、
You need a really heavy building. Like a really heavy building.
もっと体力を消費させられる。
This is a lot of ifs.
それなら俺にも手伝える。
He's fast. He said, no, thank you.
これで日の息問題は解決だな。
That protects you, but how do you attack?
ナマリに見て
Oh, yeah, it's your turn, Senji. You took his precious tools to eat crab meat.
考えれば
Everyone's got to contribute. Teamwork is dream work. I stand a plan. Good job. Homework's done. Senji's like, I'll make lunch.
これからお仕事になるのだろう。腹ごしらえは何より
Well, maybe not too full because then you're gonna get sleepy, but just enough.
同じ鉄は踏まない。だろ
And it's bread. No monsters involved.
食料庫のものを
Wait, since when do you drink?
パンをおろし金で細かくし、
After you baked
オ
it?
ーガエルの肉に塩コショウで
Oh, here we almost got away with a straight up bread meal. Are you making karage?
完成じゃ。
Cutlets. Okay.
なんか匂い嗅いだら腹減ってきた。
いただきます。
Oh wow, no complaints from Maria or Marcel.
魔物食も時期終わるのだと思うと感慨深くて。
まだレッ
Yeah,
ド
the
ドラ
sooner you
ゴ
get
ン
out of
が
here,
あ
the
るぞ
sooner you eat the normal food you're used to.
慣れない旅で苦労をかけてすまなかった。一緒に来ると言ってくれたときはとても嬉しかった。みんな、本当にありがとう。
Well said.
おお。
間が悪い。
ごめん。
They're like, now it feels like you're saying goodbye. Oh. Well, the dragon's back. Is your plan ready? Is the trap ready? Y'all cooking so boldly out here. He probably smelled dinner on his way. Magnificent.
改めて見るとでっかいな。
本当にあんなのに勝てるの
But
か
that mind said, no, it's we will. Come on.
それでは作戦通りに、マルシルは例の位置に、俺たちは竜をおびき寄せる。みんな準備はいいか？
Not at all, but let's do it anyway.
よし、
What did she just cast on
行
them?
くぞ！
Exo! Of course. We just gotta wait to see how that turns out. Okay, well, this episode, we've made it just a little bit further into the dungeon. We are finally to the area where the dragon is. That was the objective when we started this thing. I don't know why I thought it would be further down, but anyways, we see that, well, we had two parts to it, actually. I'm actually surprised that we followed the dwarf girl back to the surface. I didn't think we were going to see her again. I thought like her showing up was kind of just to give us a few more like background stories on the group before everything started in episode 1. But it turns out we're still, I mean, maybe she's going to join the party again. I'm not sure. But either way, let's talk about that real quick. Interesting situation with the gnome who was leading the party that went back. He's in cahoots with the leader of whatever island, the king of the island, the lord of the island, that I'm assuming it's not attached to the mainland. That's why he's saying lord of the island. And I don't know, the geography of this place is still a bit of a mystery to me. But anyway, he definitely has the lord of the island's ear, and he's saying that, you know, the dungeon's not the way it used to be. Apparently, I guess it was safer back in the day, but he's saying like the first 3 floors, which I guess was probably the easiest, they've been, you know, picked clean. It's nothing but basically criminals that are there that are looking to take advantage of young adventurers or inexperienced adventurers. And so, and also the orcs, right? We know what happened a few episodes back. The orcs are coming and basically wiping out all the humans, elves, or basically non-orcs that they come across. And so he asks this lord to finance more expeditions, first of all, to get rid of the orcs, and then second of all, to potentially stop any dwarves who are creating more entries into the dungeon. And he's also saying that the reason, because we found out that the elves, I don't know if the elves are like one big collective group that are in an area, if there's different tribes of them, I'm not sure. But either way, some elves contacted him and said, hey, we'd like you to, we'd like access to, we'd like you to give up the dungeon. They're saying it's our our history. It's basically our birthright to have it. So please hand it over. So I'm guessing that this island must be where the dungeon is. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. So anyways, the elves are basically asked politely for him to hand over the keys. And I guess the elves get to be in charge of it. And we saw that the gnome dude got super angry immediately and was like, no, like they're not allowed to do that. And even though he said that whoever was the cursed magician and whoever set up this whole thing with the dungeon was clearly Elven, or at least was writing in Elven, it's interesting that he's like, they don't have the right to say that it's theirs, because it sounds like it would be. If they're the ones who created the castle, and then effectively one of them created the dungeon, I would say that it kind of is the elves' problem, but it's in man's land, right? So we got a little bit of history of this world, and they said that, the dwarves and the elves, for example, have always been at odds. And then we saw that the elves went to one side, the dwarves went to another side, and then this no man's land, well, quite literally, sat between them for a while, and then eventually the elves gave it to the humans, or to the full, what do they call them? The tall man. I like they call them tall men and half men to describe the two groups of the humanoids. But anyway, so that's what happened. And so because of that, we see that the Lord of the Land says, I'm not really going to tell these elves off, because we know this land was a gift, right? So if we take them off, maybe they'll try to take it back. And so anyways, instead, we hear that the gnome tells him, okay, well, instead of, he's like, buy some time. He's like, stall a little bit as far as giving them an answer. And in the meantime, send some expeditions into the dungeon, get them to clear it up. And then me and my team will keep going and look for, apparently the elixir to immortality is at the bottom of this dungeon. And he's saying that that's what the elves are actually after. And that's what they want from the dungeon. So if the Lord of the Land gets it first, it'll be basically a negotiation tool. It's like, you want this? Well, then you have to, I don't know, make sure you can never take this land back or whatever. He basically is saying that you'll be on an equal footing with them rather than indebted to them. So interesting that they say that, because I feel like someone in my comments said that elves live for a super long time. So I'm like, why would they need immortality? Unless, of course, even the thousands of years that they live aren't enough. But my guess is more so that they probably want to keep it out of the hands of certain groups, because imagine if there's a certain faction that are just not very nice or not very hospitable and they now never die, right? That could be a problem. So anyway, so that's an interesting bit of lore that we got about the world and some of the inner political workings that are happening there. And in the meantime, we also saw that, yes, the former party member, the dwarf, I can't remember her name right now, she used some of the money that she got from the expedition to go and check and see with the resurrection office whether or not Fallon had been returned, or if her body had been returned. And thankfully, the person there knew who it was. And he was like, yeah, no one's been brought back of her description. So I mean, that's kind of sweet that she's trying to do her part from the surface anyways, because if she was there, then I think her thought was that she would go back and probably tell Laos and all them that they don't have to, or Leo, sorry, that they don't have to continue doing this expedition into the dungeon. But anyway, back to the group. They finally got where they were, had an interesting interaction with the tentacles. They discovered that frog skin is tentacle immune, so they made frog skin suits, which, ew, but you do what you gotta do in the dungeon. And then they finally figured out that the red dragon was on that level, and they've come up with a plan that they're hoping is going to work to subdue the dragon long enough to take it out. But there's something that they keep bringing up since they brought up the red dragon, well, since the episode with the orcs, about how the red dragon is roaming around, because usually after it eats, apparently the normal behavior is that it would sleep for weeks or months before it gets up again and eats because it's hungry. So the fact that it's eaten and it's still roaming around is very unusual. So because, we know that Leos really loves these, he loves him some dungeon creatures. So his little mind is working and trying to figure out what's going on with that. But I do think it's going to come up and be important to some degree as to why this dragon is so agitated and acting so out of character. But yeah, we're about to see if the plan that they've made is going to be well executed or not. So I'm ready for the next episode. I can't wait to see it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching. If you did, please show some love, and I'll see you in the next one.